As a competitive gamer, I'm always looking for better equipment to give me the extra edge, whether it's a new monitor, a new headset, a new keyboard, it doesn't really matter. And when I say competitive, I don't mean I'm a professional player. I'm not. What I mean is that I can compete in that skill level. Now, with that out of the way, I've heard a lot of great things about Logitech's G Pro wireless mouse, but even with the overwhelming positive reviews, I've still been pretty hesitant to spend about $120 on a mouse that I was sure wasn't as good as any of the wired mice I'm used to, like Zowies and such. However, I've been using it for the past few weeks and I've gotta say, I'm really impressed. The Logitech G Pro Wireless is one of Logitech's best gaming mouse. Mice? Mouse. Is it mouse or mice? The main thing that got me thinking of going wireless in the first place was just the annoyance of having a wire get in my way whenever I'm playing pretty much any shooter. I have a cable bungee, and even with that, after a short while of pulling and tugging the mouse around, the cable just eventually would get longer and longer from the bungee neck and would go all over my mouse pad, then I would have to readjust it again, rinse and repeat. I'm sure we've all been there. So I went to my local Best Buy, picked up the G Pro Wireless, and on top of that, in case you haven't seen it already, I also got the Logitech Powerplay. Now first things first, setup was pretty simple. All I needed to do was place the Powerplay on my desk, plug it into my computer, and put the power cord module on the bottom of the mouse, and voila, I was good to go. Logitech's G-Hub software isn't required, but I did download it as it can be useful. The G Pro Wireless has a 48-hour battery life with the RGB lights turned on, and a 60-hour battery life with the RGB lights turned off. Now, most of the time you're going to be covering the RGB lights with your hand anyway, so personally I have mine turned off. It has a DPI switcher on the bottom, making it impossible to accidentally press like some other mices, while still being very easy to quickly change in between profiles when you need to. There's also a little storage space hiding behind the Powerplay module puck to put your USB receiver while you're traveling. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a wireless mouse, but if you haven't, you don't want to lose one of these things. If you do, you're basically going to have to buy a new mouse. So this is a very nice small detail. There are small LED lights on top of the mouse to indicate which of the 5 DPI profiles you're on, and you can easily customize those with Logitech's G-Hub software. It also has easily swappable magnetic side buttons for both sides, making this mouse ambidextrous. This will make the left-handed elite very happy. The mouse itself is a medium-sized mouse. I have medium-sized hands and I'm able to hold this with both claw grip and fingertip grip comfortably. However, I did find it to be a little too uncomfortable for long periods with a palm grip. So palm grippers, beware. The left and right click buttons are amazing. Some of the best I've ever felt. There's very little travel, and it's very easy to click, yet not being too easy to where you're accidentally clicking them. It's also extremely light, weighing in at only 80 grams out of the box, 77 without the puck, and 82 if you're using the Powerplay module. Regardless of how you rock it, the weight makes this very easy to move around and stop in its place. To be honest, after using it, I found the HyperX Pulsefire Surge I've been previously using to be a little bit heavier than I'd like, and that mouse weighs 99 grams. And if you're not sure what 80 grams feels like, I'm going to put a link in the description where you're going to be able to see a bunch of mice, maybe yours is in there, the sensors, but also their weight. Maybe it can give you an idea of what yours might weigh in retrospect to this mouse. My favorite thing about the mouse isn't any of the things I just mentioned though. My favorite thing is actually the sensor. It is amazing. Now the sensor is Logitech's own Hero 16K optical sensor. And if you're not sure what that is, imagine a PixArt PWM 3360, but more power efficient for being wireless. Now in terms of responsiveness and accuracy, that's why I love this thing. Because there is no difference between any of the high-end wired mice I'm used to and this. When Logitech said there's not going to be any filtering, any smoothing, any acceleration, I'm pretty sure we all called BS. I know I did, because we all know how bad wireless technology used to be. It was atrocious. I've tried plenty of mice within the past 2 years, more than I can count in my hands and feet actually. And this is definitely up there with the wired big boys, just without the wire, which is great because that means now my mouse will actually go through my window when I throw it out of anger.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Wireless technology has come a long way over the past few years. If you're still hesitant on switching over to wireless because you're still used to what you're used to from the past over wireless, don't be. You're not going to have any regrets with this thing. Now for the Powerplay. If you're not already familiar with the Powerplay, it's basically a charging mouse pad that charges your mouse while you're using it so you don't have to keep switching between batteries and charging the mouse every few weeks or few days. That technology is awesome. It also includes a cloth and hard plastic mousepad, so you have choices. You'll have to use the mousepad on the Powerplay, however, because if you don't, it'll just slide everywhere. Also, you'll have to be careful with the Powerplay itself, because if you bend it hard enough, you'll break the circuitry inside of it. Now, what's not so awesome about the Powerplay is the size. It's just too damn small!
I know it's small. Calm down.
The Powerplay is just too small for any competitive shooter. For instance, there have been plenty of times where I've had to do a 180 degree or even a 90 degree flick onto an enemy, my hand flies off the Powerplay, and I die. One of the other annoyances that I didn't even take into consideration was when I have to aim up pretty high and my hand hits the Powerplay base. It's one of those things that should be obvious, but they really aren't until you experience it. For a competitive player like myself who was always playing at 400 DPI or low sensitivity, the size of this thing is just a no-go. It's 321 millimeters in length and 344 millimeters in width. If you compare that something to like a SteelSeries QCK Heavy or HyperX Fury S, which is about 450 by 400, when you downgrade to this size, you just can't get used to it. Now, if you're the kind of person to play with 800 or more DPI, or have a higher sensitivity, then all of the things that I've mentioned will be a non-issue to you. And if you're that kind of person, then I'd say go for it. It's a fantastic mousepad, as long as you can swallow the $120 price tag. Now to reiterate and conclude, do I think these products are worth it? Well, if you're looking for a new mouse and you're not worried about the price tag, the Logitech G Pro Wireless is a great mouse. It's easy to hold, easy to move, has a great durable construction, and it's just as good as any of the other pro mice on the market. For the Powerplay, however, it really depends on who you are. If size matters, you're probably better off just getting a nice sized mouse pad and charging the mouse every once in a while. Which, to be honest, isn't so bad because if you're using it for general use every once in a while or casual gaming, the wire isn't that big of a deal. But if you want that ultimate wireless experience, then I'd say go for it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, maybe consider subscribing. Obviously, I'm a new YouTuber, as you can see by the subs down below, and I'm trying to grow. Shameless plug. If you dislike the video, please don't leave a thumbs down, but if you do, I get it. Not everybody likes my face. You probably are one of those people. That's okay. But other than that, let me know what you think of the mouse, if you're going to be getting one, what you think of the Powerplay, if you think my concerns are valid, or if you think I'm an idiot. But other than that, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!